Welcome to the New York Times. On today's episode, Oprah Winfrey has graciously opened up the road by her Hawaii mansion in order for people to evacuate the storm. The Trump and Epstein fallout continues. There was more news this week as he claimed that Epstein stole a young lady from him, which is crazy. Also, we are going to be talking about the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad. Is Sydney Sweeney a neo-Nazi? An executive from American Eagle has finally responded. The Nelk boys had Bibi Netanyahu on their podcast. Israel is trending down in the Democratic Party. There was a crazy poll that came out about Democratic support and just announced 40 seconds ago, as we were getting on here today, Kamala Harris is not running for governor of California, which I don't know what that means for president. Maybe she's gearing up for a full presidency, or maybe this is not. No. I thought that she was going to be the governor there so that she can kind of like rehab her image, because right now people think that she is a loser, terrible loser who put us into this situation to begin with. So I thought that she was going to go and try to like do some governoring. Question is she going to be running for president? What do you think?
No.
You think this is it? You think that she's officially out?
She might run, but she's not gonna be able to shake a stick at anything.
I think she's gonna be an early exit.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even think she's gonna run, to be completely honest.
So.
I think that she wants to fuck off and just become an Instagram star or something like that. She wants to go and see Chaim in concert live. That's it. She wants to go to Fish. Grateful Dead is doing 4 nights in Oakland.
Really?
They're
Baker's
doing
dozen.
A Baker's dozen. Look at that. 13 nights of Grateful Dead in San Francisco. I think they are there like in a week or so. By the way, as always, I am joined by my Geisha roommate himself, eating a bunch of omega-3 off camera. We got Richard Hunter Cunningham Templeton the Third, someone who I keep off camera so that he can continue his illustrious career. He just wrapped a play at Soho Playhouse.
I did a little shoot and
look at this.
Over 33 weeks in Red Hook.
Rich is what we call in the industry booked, blessed,
and cooked.
And stressed. Yeah, booked and cooked.
Oh, my God.
Booked, blessed, and stressed.
Oh, my God.
I want to give a shout-out, by the way. Over this weekend, I was MC. I was in the Maccabi games. I was emceeing the Maccabi games. Wow. I got to speak to a bunch of star reporters, which is their younger prospect, a bunch of children who do media stuff, and they do a lot of like the journalism behind Maccabi.
This was at Pittsburgh.
This was in Tucson. I just got back from Tucson last night.
Cool.
Here's the thing that I learned though. Ready for this?
Yeah.
I was telling the kids. This is actually very funny because I am giving the speech on like media and journalism stuff like that. Yeah. I go on like a 5-minute rant about JFL in the middle of it, which is so funny. The Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. I was like, media is over. JFL used to mean everything, and now it means nothing. I'm just like leveling in and in and in. Yeah. And then at one point, I go, Colbert got canceled. That's an institution. These kids are 12, 13, 14 years old.
Oh, I thought these were like 20-year-olds.
No, These are 14-year-olds that I'm yelling at the institution. I'm like, hey, they got rid of Colbert. That's the entire. They canceled Colbert. And then one girl raises her hand and goes, "Who's Colbert?" Which is part of the problem at the end of the day. Yeah. And then another one goes. So I go, "Oh, he hosts late night," and they go, "He got canceled. What bad thing did he do?" And I went, no. They canceled. His show got canceled. They canceled late night altogether. And then another person raises their hand and goes, "What is late night?" So if you're wondering why Stephen Colbert may have gotten canceled, it was one of the most eye-opening. I was like, you guys haven't even heard of this concept. It's not even that you don't watch. They don't know enough to know that it exists.
That is amazing.
It was one of the most eye-opening. And granted, I do think that he was canceled because of like a little bit of a sacrifice to Trump, from CBS and Skydance. What the fuck is Skydance, by the way? Skydance only exists in the universe of this deal.
Yeah.
I didn't know. What are they?
Wait, I should look this up. I thought what was TikTok's original name? Is this
ByteDance? Different thing.
Different thing. Okay.
ByteDance is these are all like holding companies. I bet Skydance is like, yeah, we own Paramount and then we also own Hyundai. It's just
I
some
know.
massive holding company. They're like, yeah, we're heavily we our portfolio includes
And
Oatly.
Second City.
Yeah, we have Second City, Oatly, a minority stake in Raytheon, and we also we own the Cinemadrome that has been closed in LA. Oh my God, the world's going to shit.
It really is.
Let's start with something light. Israel.
Oh God.
Have you heard of it?
Oh no.
I want to play before we start a clip from the Nelk Boys podcast. This is the Nelk Boys and Bibi Netanyahu talking about something incredibly controversial.
McDonald's, and to be honest, Burger King. I like Burger King more.
What's your go-to at McDonald's?
No, I'll tell you Burger King. We did the double,
Whopper?
The
I haven't ripped Burger King in a long
It's
time.
not.
Burger King kind of sucks.
Yeah.
No,
B-
you're wrong.
the BK Lounge can hit.
I disagree completely.
You like Burger King over McDonald's?
That's your worst take, I think.
Absolutely.
That's a crazy take.
No, that was fine. I mean, I like Burger King. The answer is yes. And we'd go.
Let me just say, by the way, Burger King over McDonald's is not Bibi Netanyahu's worst take. Third worst take. His first bad take was when he took Gaza.
Yeah.
Then when he took the West Bank. Anyway, that is the Nelk Boys, which are the Full Send podcast is very big in the internet. They're kind of like a wackier version, a wackier manosphere podcast. And they booked Bibi Netanyahu. This caused some controversy in the manosphere. Yes.
Also, he sounded like Liam Neeson from Taken. Did you?
Yeah.
If you really, he's like this guttural, like I have a particular set of Big Macs.
I have a
Oh, that was
particular
bad.
set of countries that fund
Oh my God.
every whim that I have. He was on the Full Send podcast. The Full Send podcast, Nelk Boys, actually took some hate. It was kind of funny watching the Nelk Boys read the comment section live and just be like, if you want to listen to something incredible, this podcast deserves a Pulitzer.
Yeah.
I think that everyone should go on the Nelk Boys now. I think that the Nelk Boys should be part of your rotation. I think that Tim Waltz should go on the Nelk Boys next time. I think that who else is like doing stuff nowadays? Who's the biggest?
This is a technical thing.
Yeah.
Do I hear just like static?
Hello? From where? Is it on my podcast?
I'm just wondering.
How do you hear?
Or is it just your computer? Like the fan is going.
Oh, this is the fan. Yeah, this is the fan. Yeah. Oh,
I
sorry.
was just checking.
Whew.
Yeah.
Our tech. It's very hot in here, by the way. We are in a living room shooting this, and it is 700 degrees outside. But I bring up this Nelk Boys thing because the past couple days have been an interesting couple of days for Israel. Things have continued to get way worse. Who could have seen that coming, by the way? No. I thought this war would have been over lickety-split. You got two groups of people. You got Bibi, who I'm shocked wants to keep this going, and then you got Hamas, who once again shocked that that both sides want to stay in power with this. There was a poll that came out, a Gallup poll that came out on July. That the poll was conducted July 7th through July 21st, and it's quote early on in November 23rd. It found that half of Americans approved of actions Israel was taking in Gaza, and fewer disapproved. Some said they didn't know. By June, more Americans disapproved than approved, Gallup found, but there was still a 42% approval. Now, after more than a year later, the proportion of Americans who say they approve of Israel's war in Gaza has fallen to 32%. According to the poll, among Democrats who started out at around 36%, the proportion has fallen down to 8%.
I'm curious to who those 8% of Democrats are like, oh, yeah,
You got
fuck
Fetterman.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You just got, there is a bunch of guys out there who are just like, I love two things, okay? Dropping bombs and abortions, okay? They should be legal. They should be accessible, okay? I hate Rafa, and I hate it when people try to take away trans bathroom rights.
Thank you.
The proportion... the proportion of Republicans who approve of Israel's actions in Gaza is at the same level today 71% as it was in November 2023, Gallup found. The gap was the largest partisan divide on the issue that the poll has ever found. And I want to also add this little element to it. New Yorkers who have never voted before. So this is with the Democratic primary. New Yorkers who had never voted before. A surge of tens of thousands of people were especially motivated by Mamdani's pro-Palestinian beliefs. 83% of Mamdani voters said that the Palestinian issue drove them to the voting booth. Things have not been polling well for the Israelis. I think that, for a group of Jews...
Not going great.
Not going great, Jerry.
Not going great. Not going great.
I thought we're supposed to be good at marketing. We suck at marketing, man. Jews, we're incredible at marketing. Meanwhile, we're like, Kendall Jenner needs to give a cop a Pepsi. And that is how we fix this over here.
Oh, boy.
Approval ratings for Israel. This is true. The former astronomer CEO has a higher approval rating.
That is true.
Than Israel
That
at this
is true.
point. First of all, this is fascinating. First of all, most predictable outcome of all time. Things are not getting better in Gaza. Things are getting way worse in Gaza. I will say also there was an interesting thing that happened where the New York Times shared a picture of a starving Gazan child, and then later on it turned out that that kid had a pre-existing medical condition, and then everyone got up in arms about it. I do think that this is one of those cases where both people are kind of wrong here. New York Times has to do a way better job at fact-checking. That there are more than enough starving kids in Gaza, to be completely honest, that you can get on a cover, that you don't have to rely on making it artificially look worse than it is. You also give people a very legitimate reason to not believe you if you're doing that stuff. Things are bad in Gaza. They just are. There is a conversation about how bad it is, who's responsible. Totally. I get all of that. But you can't go out there and, give people a reason to think this way or that way. And then on the other side of this, I don't think this is the debate we should be having. I think that I've seen a lot of Jews and a lot of Jewish organizations come out there and really pound the media over the past 2 days talking about how this was misinformation and how this, New York Times did screw up here, which they did. They had to release a statement apologizing. I think it's the wrong thing to argue. I don't think that arguing hey, that starving kid, that kid has muscular dystrophy. He's not a regular starving kid. I don't know. I think that I say all that because when we talk about why the approval ratings have gone so low, aside from the fact that the situation is terrible, we're also very bad at PR and figuring out what people want to hear and what they don't want to hear here. And even if there's truth and even if there's honesty out there, you do have to play the PR game here. It's why Hillary Clinton won the popular vote and didn't win the Electoral College, because she's playing a different game than the reality here. The Israelis, the Jews, the PR, they're all playing a different game here than what the reality of the situation is. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you summed it up. It seems like, and this is probably from, a bit back, but it seems like Israel, for however much, not even talking about Gaza or Hamas per se, but the degree to which they've dismantled aspects of Hezbollah, Iran, absolutely military feats, and in the same breath there's definitely an aspect of kind of isolating itself from the rest of the world.
Oh, fucking totally. This is going to be an issue that Israelis and Jews are going to have to live with for a very, very long time. And I say that as someone who loves Israel. I love Israel.
Yeah.
I got family in Israel.
Yeah.
I don't like Bibi, obviously.
Yeah.
Just like tons of other Israelis. Just like a shit ton of other Israelis who are out there protesting all the time. This is going to be a thing that we're going to be overcoming for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the whole it's a Holocaust. It's
right.
terms like genocide and
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. I don't even get involved in those terms because I don't want to whatever. But 100%, this is isolating us further and further and further. And then what happens if there's a Democrat? When the Democrats have to start reacting to the fact that their base doesn't like this war.
Yeah.
You're going to deal with the fact that people will start, that military funding is going to start getting cut off, which I'm not going to say, my thoughts on military funding on the offensive stuff, but I will say that this does become a problem when we do rely on Israel for Iron Dome funding. Mm-hmm. That is going to be an issue. The Pod Save America guys, they've talked about how Democrats who are running for office, they should not take money from AIPAC. You know, I saw some stat that I think like 40% of Democrat voters even are okay with the Democratic nominee saying that they wouldn't go to Israel until things got better. Like, this is a terrible outcome. Israel needs America in so many ways. The government over there is just making things worse and worse and worse. And it's not even, and we're only doing this to feed Bibi, who's a piece of shit who thinks that Burger King is better than McDonald's, which is the wrong take here. McDonald's is way better than Burger King.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. And can I ask a question here?
Yeah, what's up?
Part of your, not hesitation, but your like thought process and even figuring out sentences to say to not offend either side is part of the fucking problem. Where both sides have put up such high walls to, if I want to say a sentence about a specific thing, I gotta say support for Israel, against Hamas, open
You have
the
to
borders.
say 18 things, and
Yeah.
I think whether PR wise or reality wise or just the imagery, as you were saying, despite I know there's the muscular dystrophy, they're right. It's reaching by approval, but fuck the approval. Well, I mean, sure, the approval ratings, but also it's reaching a tipping point.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
when you have like again, regardless of even now, I'm like qualifying everything. No, fuck that. It's like it's.
And then what if you
You're,
say, like-
you're reaching a tipping point, not you, Eitan.
No, but it is a
But it's
tipping
like-
point.
it
It's
is a tipping
1,000%.
point,
It is a
you know?
1,000% a tipping point in Israel's history right now.
Like-
2 years ago.
What's gonna
And I will say that a squandered opportunity when it comes to man, I hate even that I said squandered opportunity, but it's very accurate. After October 7th, there was a way to come out of this and come out as the moral, superiority and morally superior or something like that. And Hamas is to blame. Like they kicked this off.
Yeah.
They're the worst entity here. They're the worst power. But you know what? They fucking won when it came to PR here. So it's like they are to blame, but even if they're more to blame, people are still blaming Israel more because they're so bad at PR. Where's all the good shit? You know what we got to do? Who's in charge of marketing for Labubu? They got to go and do marketing for Israel, okay? What's trending right now?
Have you seen Eddington?
I have not seen Eddington, just like everyone else. Have you seen Eddington?
I don't. I did in a group chat say this is vaguely related. Are you familiar with like the plot of Eddington?
Not even. All I know is the plot of Eddington is that
It's like-
Pedro Pascal had a passion project.
Pretty much, and it's Ari Aster who did like Hereditary
Yeah.
Summer, but it's about COVID, and it actually like gets into things like all of the everything from masking to protests, and it's third act. I feel like Ari Aster is kind of like M. Night Shyamalan himself, but is insane. But I sent in like different group chats like, I'm curious if you guys have seen Eddington, and then I have friends of mine who went, and they were just so reasonably so angry because it was just like the recreating like everything that was going on during the pandemic, but it just feels like all of that is still going.
Oh, we have
Like,
not gotten out of it.
It
We'll
just
never.
feels like it's just permeating everything, and AI. I don't know.
I'd
man.
argue that we just got out of 9/11
I know.
like 2 years ago.
I know.
We're going to be getting out of COVID for years and years and years. Israel's going to be getting out of October 7th for years and
Yeah.
years and years. You know what's crazy? More people have seen Eddington in the Maccabi Star Reporter. Oh, my God. It's just great. This is going to be Israel PR. Something needs to shift, and something needs to shift dramatically. We're losing it. Anyways, next up is Sydney Sweeney a neo-Nazi? That is what people are trying to find out after a new American Eagle campaign dropped. And I will say, I saw the original ad campaign, and I was like, the quote is Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Jeans. So I saw the billboards out there, and I was like, all right, like, I get it. I picked up on the pun, but even then I was like, the audio for the commercial has dropped. Have you heard the audio yet?
not, no.
Richard Hunter Cunningham Templeton III.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Oh boy.
A little eugenicsy. Now, this is the issue. I've never experienced, a lot of the eugenics stuff happened in the Holocaust, right? There were so many things that went out there, in regards to classifying big noses and blood types and hair color and all that stuff. And I wonder if any of that propaganda that went out there was kind of hot. I want to know if Hitler was putting out propaganda and just being like this. Listen, perfect race. They're good at sports, but hey.
Boy, oh boy.
Look at this bowl of whipped cream in jeans.
God. This bowl of whipped cream. What year is it, Eitan?
Hachi chachi. Legs and tush. Putting into denim. Denim. Ay. Me likey eugenics. Ow.
Just to be sure, you did the Mario theme when you're in the underground.
Yeah.
As denim.
That
was good.
It's Mario's favorite pants. Denim. This came out. People were very rightfully offended by it. The idea, obviously, American Eagle knew what they were going for. First of all, they knew that they were pushing the limit. So they were trying to, the pun. There was clearly the pun was there. That's why they did it.
That's why they
I
did
think
it,
that they didn't think that people would take an issue with this because, and this is true, marketing executives frequently are the biggest fucking idiots I've ever met in my entire life.
Yep.
I will always talk about this. I wrote a web show for Jeep Wrangler. The fact that Jeep Wrangler had a web show anyways just shows how stupid this entire industry is. But I remember at one point, I was writing up the intro for Alex Rodriguez, who was in the show, and I said, here it is. And they said, Alex Rodriguez does not want to be known as a baseball player. And I said, but he's Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player. And they said, no, you got to rewrite it. He's rebranding himself.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay, I'll rewrite it. And I rewrote it to, him as being Mr. Jennifer Lopez and nothing else. Give it up for Alex Rodriguez. And they all were like, we hate that.
Oh.
They laughed and then they said, we hate that.
Yeah.
So Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle, they took a bunch of shit for this ad campaign. TikTok was furious. A lot of creators of color, COCs, a lot of cocks out there came out and they had issues with this. I have issues with this. I think this was like a stupid swing and miss. Here's the issue, though. American Eagle is owned by Jews, which is a fun little twist. Vice President of Marketing and Media Performance, Ashley Shapiro.
Oh, boy. Ashley
Shapirowitz Bergstein came out, and she released a statement today on the Sydney Sweeney ad. Or this was a couple days ago she released the ad. She said, during a Zoom call with Sydney, we asked, how far do you want to push it? Without hesitation, she smirked and said, let's push it. I'm game, mein Führer. No, she didn't say that last part. Our response, challenge accepted. From that moment on, Sid's sentiment guided every frame, every stitch, and every unexpected twist of the Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes campaign, infusing our own personal cheeky energy and making us laugh as we envision how the world would experience the launch. A desire to stretch beyond anything we had done before. The ideas kept building.
Jesus.
The ideas kept building. The stunts topping themselves, exploring media innovation that could feel like it was invented for Sid's genes. Is the idea here they were like, we really fucking pissed off everybody with this eugenics video, huh?
Wow.
Media innovations frequently at scale, a playful stunt that revealed that genius behind genes, testing into AI to try tech on, to try Sid's genes, interactive 3D billboards, bringing on Molly Dixon, Sid's longtime hairstylist, launching an Instagram broadcast channel, launching blah, 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 blah. She's just bragging about all the stuff they did for this neo-Nazi dog whistle. The star power of Sydney and the double meaning behind the campaign has a culture-shaping power beyond anything I could ever imagine being part of. Just check your social feeds. The American Eagle Outfitters team and partners who brought this campaign to life poured themselves into it with more energy. You created more than a campaign. You created a moment of culture and styled every moment with a wink. Signed, Ali Shapiro Bigowitz. It's just so... the wrong response, first of all. The response shouldn't have been like, yeah, we fucking owned you guys.
Yeah.
Am I wrong in thinking that her saying like, yo, we pushed this eugenics shits via AI, via 3D, We had her hairstylist come on board for this eugenics joke. Oh, God.
Also, Sweeney is like, she's freaking everywhere. I know. I remember hearing something like she like, or just really the state of Hollywood, like she didn't really get paid that much for everything from Euphoria to this to that. And
now she's making bank.
now she's the face of Dunkin' Donuts.
She's
or
funkin'
Dunkin', excuse me.
She's Funkin' Phonuts? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Sydney Sweeney. She has a like a Frosty. What does
Something
she have
like
over
that.
there?
I forgot, but she's the face of Dunkin' now.
Listen, America.
She's the face of Dunkin'.
I bought the bathwater.
Did you get the bathwater?
I've been eating it.
Oh my God.
I've been eating it since. I saw The Onion had some, the Onion's article on this. The Onion's joke on this was like, American Eagle apologizes to audience. Oh, fuck. Wait. Let me get the exact. Onions, Cindy Sweeney. What was this? Give me a second. We're going to take our time here to find it. Oh, my God. Wait. Where is The Onion has to have a better searchable option, is what I will say. Anyways, there was something about how Sydney Sweeney, how the, now, here's the thing. The audience is at home just thinking like, crap, we can't. Okay, give me one more. We're going to try it. We are going to go to The Onion's Instagram, and I can find The Onion's Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Did they take it down? Where is it?
Uh-oh.
I think they may have actually taken it down.
Man, Onion's cowards, man.
Those fucking cowards. It was something like Sydney Sweeney, like, I honestly think they took it down. Wait, that's actually crazy. I wonder why. Huh? Well, this gets cut. Anyways, moving right along, we're going to go down to some Trump and Epstein news. First thing is that the Epstein story is not leaving the internet. It has actually stayed in the internet. The biggest issue for right now with Donald Trump is that Joe Rogan is like still talking about it. Every episode, he comes on there and he mentions it. Epstein's name was mentioned 40 times on the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. So he's clearly talking about it still. He also feels like he's been duped. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. Here is a quote from a recent episode.
Gonna hang around.
This is a line in the sand.
Yeah.
This one's a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Because this is one where there's a lot of stuff about, when we thought Trump was going to come in and a lot of things are going to be resolved. Yeah. We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to figure everything out. And when you have this one hardcore line in the sand that everybody had been talking about forever, and then they're trying to gaslight you on that.
Well, you would have thought that
Is that your phone?
Yeah, that's just gonna hang around.
So, Donald Trump is trying to escape this thing. It is not escaping. But here is another little bit of news that has come out since. Donald Trump suggested on Tuesday that he ended his relationship with, or friendship with disgraced financier and sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein because he poached employees from the president's Mar-a-Lago estate, including Victoria Winfrey, one of Epstein's most high-profile accusers who died by suicide earlier this year. Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One, and we can actually play the clip right now.
Stolen, person. Does that include Virginia Winfrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her.
The president on Air Force One saying Epstein, quote, stole Virginia Roberts Giuffre from his Mar-a-Lago club years ago. One of Epstein's highest profile accusers, Giuffre worked as a locker room attendant there in the late 90s. Giuffre, who died by suicide in April, said she was recruited as a teenager by Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. The president's comments are the most extensive yet about what he's cast as a dispute with Epstein.
He took people that worked for me, and I told him don't do it anymore, and he did it. And I said, stay the hell out of here.
President Trump was asked if any of the workers Epstein took were young women.
And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
What did they do?
In the spa.
What kind of jobs? In the spa.
Yeah, people that work in the spa.
Just last.
Couple things about this. First of all, Guthrie. She was 16 when she was working for Donald Trump. Guys out there, bros before hoes.
That's right.
Am I right or am I right? This was a beautiful friendship that was ended because, of jealousy. Guys out there, it's not worth it, okay? Your bros will be there till the end, till your dying days. Trump actually is the reason why Epstein killed himself.
Oh, my God.
So to recap, the president said that he kicked out Epstein because he stole people from him. And here was another thing, by the way. On Monday, someone was asked. Oh, Stephen Chung was asked last week about why Epstein was kicked out of Mar-a-Lago, and he said, "quote, he kicked him out of his club for being a creep." So there is a little bit of misinformation over there.
Wow.
This list is not going anywhere. People are pissed off about this. Trump, every single day, it seems like he drops like a little bit of a crumb. Yeah. This has got to be the first time where he came out there and was like, "Yeah, we had underage girls working in the spa."
Yeah.
That's kind of insane. God.
Did he say? Oh God, I can't believe I'm parsing words with Trump. He said young. Did he say underage though?
The issue is she was 16 when she was working at the spa.
Oh,
so
gotcha. Right. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
I do like here's what is funny about the whole Epstein thing is that they did think that they were going to be able to outrun it a little bit, but then they just kept I think that they're all kind of shocked that this thing is still being talked about.
Yeah.
Trump looks not happy sometimes when he's talking about it. He's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
We're still talking about this?
Yeah.
So what? I employed some teenagers. Most Jewish summer camps do that, okay? What is the difference between me and Camp Morashah in the Berkshire? Camp Ramah is basically Mar-a-Lago, and that's what it is. I was employing as many teenagers as Camp Gesher in Livingston, New Jersey. I wonder if they got internship credits or anything like that. I remember this was low paid. These are low-paid jobs, those camp counselor jobs.
Yeah.
I think it was like $2,000 for the entire summer.
Oh yeah, soaking wet.
I cleared that trading Bitcoin daily. Done.
It's over.
Bitcoin
by
daily?
By 11 a.m.
Do you think that this Epstein thing, we're still talking about it by the end of his presidency?
I have no idea because.
The world's gonna be
the
over.
world. Yeah, I mean, I don't. You can say this for another episode, but I mean, come on, AI 2027.
AI 2027. By the way, I don't know if you heard Sam Altman and Zuck have been fighting and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's
Sam Altman was like, "Bring it,
dude." It's wild. Do you subscribe? I subscribe stupidly. I need to stop it, but I subscribe to an AI newsletter. And it's
it's written by AI or it is AI.
No, it's about what's happening in the AI world.
You know what's kind of funny is that eventually that AI newsletter will get replaced by an AI betting newspaper.
Precisely. One of the things they talked about was in Science recently. It was released in the top journal Nature, where a team at Stanford they designed an AI team with AI agents to perform science, to basically think of experiments, test them, and then they did them in the physical lab. But it basically took
How long did it take them to put water inside of a soda bottle and then spin it and then pour it over a sink and be like, this is a tornado?
35 days.
That's a problem. It took society 2,000 years to get to a point where you're swirling around. At what point does AI put baking soda and vinegar into the top of a volcano that they built with paper mache?
I'd say first quarter 2026, and then
F1 Q26.
F1,
yeah.
And then by F2 27, they will have taken over.
Oh yeah, totally. It's increasing in a very, very weird way. The big AI news this week was that Sam Altman was on some podcast where he's asked because Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Meta, they are starting their own AI arm right now.
The super intelligent.
AI, super intelligent. Also, Grok. We do have actually a Grok story. Oh, do we have a Grok story? Grok added an update that's coming out soon where you can make spicy pictures. Pictures with spice. nudity.
Nudity.
In fact, one of the coders or something, or someone involved in Grok, or someone that had early access to Grok, posted one of the pictures and then immediately deleted it.
Oh my god.
So Grok is now adding a way to do revenge porn en masse, which is
Good.
great.
This is what we deserve.
We do deserve this at the end of the day. The issue with super intelligent, with this meta thing, Zuckerberg went out there and he stole three of the top 3 AI scientists, 3 guys from China. One of them was one of the co-founders of ChatGPT. These are names that I don't remember and will not even attempt to pronounce. But Sam Altman was asked about this a couple days ago on a podcast, and he was like, "It's on, baby, war." And I'm like, Jews, stop fighting.
Oh my god.
Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg are fighting, and I'm like, how is this going to help Israel? Okay? We can't have you guys fighting. The Jews, when the Jews fight, it's not good, okay? I need them to bring these guys to Kiddush at AEPI, Friday night at AEPI, and we work it out, okay? Man on man, we get Ashkenazi. These 2 Ashkenazi Jews are going to fucking kill the world if they're not reined in. Someone has to talk to their moms, okay? Zuckerberg already screwed us in 2016. Altman has been screwing us since 2022 and since. These 2 Ashkenazi dudes are coming together, and they're going to just keep on plowing the creativity out.
This is insane.
How are Ashkenazi Jews both some of the most creative human beings alive, Leonard Cohen, Adam Sandler, Einstein, and then we got these unimaginable, just lifeless chodes on the other side of the spectrum. Judaism is about spectrum. We're able to make the guy that made Happy Gilmore 2, and then we're also in charge of the guy who is taking away the jobs of every single artist. Who will win between super intelligent and ChatGPT? Whoever is able to make realistic comedy show posters, okay? Whoever is able to make realistic comedy show posters on their AI app, that is eventually the person who will win out on this.
Wow. I appreciate that metric.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
You think that part of the reason why AI is such a problem now is because Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg's helicopter moms just never told them that they were wrong?
There's too much encouragement.
Way too much Jewish mom encouragement. Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg are a case study on way too much Jewish mother encouragement. Mark Zuckerberg is getting a phone call from his mother every other week that's just like, "Oh, you took away every single painter's job in North America? My baby, my bubula has completely crippled entry-level workplace economics. He's such a good little boy. Look at my good little boy chick letting Russia interfere with 2016's election." Then you got Mama Altman, Miriam Altman is there. Miriam Altman's like, "Did you see? My son, he's on the front page of Fuck Up the Workplace magazine quarterly. He's out there.
He's destabilized global economics."
One time I walked into Sam's room and he was humping a computer. And we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it because he dates women now. But I think that he has a weird thing for the computers, out there. Doesn't call me. He has a robot call me. Do you think that this was all? You think that Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg made AI so that the robot could call their moms for them so that they don't have to? This is it.
That's usually it, man. You usually just try to solve a small problem, and then you end up
bigger problem.
Yeah, and destabilizing like all geopolitics.
Do you know about the cats and the mouse problem in Israel at all? Israel had a mouse problem for years and years, so then they unleashed a bunch of cats, and now they have a big cat problem out there.
It's
a real thing.
That's coevolution for you.
That's coevolution, baby. Yeah. I got one more, maybe 2 more stories out there. First of all, be safe out there to Hawaii. I know that there was a earthquake off the coast of Kamchatka, which I swear to Christ, I thought was just a country from Risk. I didn't know Kamchatka was a thing until an earthquake hit it.
Wow.
I thought it was an old-timey. I was like, "Oh, Kamchatka. Where is that? Is that near the Trans-Siberian, the Trans-Jordanian border?" Kamchatka, Czechoslovakia, and the Ottoman Empire.
That's right.
So that wave, unfortunately, is heading towards Hawaii. I've seen it was going to be an issue, and then it wasn't an issue, and I think the waves are still possibly going to hit. But as is the case, whenever something happens in Hawaii, there's always a conversation about Oprah Winfrey and her estate and letting people use her roads to get into safety. Oprah Winfrey and her rep have had to deny rumors that she shut down the road that goes through her estate in Maui. This is the quote that she told People magazine. As soon as we heard the tsunami warnings, we contacted local enforcement and FEMA to ensure the road was open. Any of the reports are false. They added, local law enforcement are currently on site helping residents through 50 cars at a time to ensure everyone's safety. The road will remain open as long as necessary. The Hawaiian island is also home to Woody Harrelson, Jeff Bezos, and Owen Wilson. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. You're Oprah.
Wow.
Let the roads open.
Wow.
Oprah. Oprah, we can't let the roads open.
You can't do that.
If they start letting the roads open, then we're going to let the regulars come by, and we can't do that.
Blue steel.
I think it is kind of funny that every time there is something hits Hawaii, there is this moment of all right, is Oprah going to let the people live or die? Oprah is the ultimate decider of fate in Hawaii. A lot of people think it's ancient kings, and that is not true. A lot of people think it's the elder spirits of the island. The Polynesian gods that are the ones that decide the stones and the water and the sands and the beaches and the turtles and the life. It's actually none of that. Oprah Winfrey.
Winfrey 2028.
Winfrey 2028. Winfrey 2027. Actually, Winfrey is going to be taking over the Israeli Knesset. You know what I mean?
Bring Oprah and The Rock.
I want him. Let him go in there and solve it.
Yeah.
That's what is missing. Just invite Hamas to a cool celebrity event.
Yeah,
and just be
Gala
you want to meet? You can get to go Met Gala, U.S. Open.
Yeah.
We'll buy you a couple melon ballers.
Yep.
We'll let them out there. Even though I'm at a point where not at a point, but I'm not gonna say I'm at a point because I've been saying this the entire time. BB's not letting this end.
No.
It's just not ending. It's just BB is going to keep this going as long as humanly possible because it's keeping him out of prison.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, if it keeps him in power, it keeps him in power. It's crazy that that's what we're fighting here.
Yeah.
Hamas is obviously a bunch of shitheads. Hamas could end this at any point. Realistically, Hamas does have the ability to end this. Even if Israel stops, the hostages are still going to be there. Hamas has the ability to hand back the hostages and end this, and then, phase 2 of whatever fucking, plan is being made.
Yeah.
He's also been talking about annexing, parts of it. The big weird story to come out this week also was a couple of countries like France and UK came out and said they were going to start to recognize a Palestinian state if things hadn't gotten fixed by September. I know that part of that also was then Bibi's response to being like, okay, we're going to annex the top part of Gaza. So just things are not going well. Israelis don't also want to repopulate Gaza. That is a big thing that is out there, is that Israel, even the right-wingers, are not a lot. Let me take that back. Liberals, the non-Likud, whatever, they don't think we should take over. Then there is a large chunk of those people who are more right-wing who are like, we should not be taking over anything in Gaza because this is just going to be disastrous and not get any better.
How big of a contingent are the proper settlers?
When you say proper settlers, what do you mean?
Like the ones who are actively trying to or who've just been, or maybe you can correct me.
You mean like the West Bank, like the Israelis who move into portions of the West Bank?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to,
or otherwise. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and I want to say if I'm wrong, correct me on this.
Yeah.
Not popular.
Fair enough.
Super not popular.
Yeah.
In fact, I think globally, people, not globally, but there are especially the ones that go super deep. I know that one of them killed some guy. One of them killed one of the people from No Other Land or something a couple days ago. Just a fucking mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's not getting any better. Once again, the only person that can solve this is the King of Hawaii herself. Oprah. Thank you. There it is. I don't know. Listen, hopefully it does get better. I will say I got one more thing that I did see as we were sitting here.
Yeah.
And I want to just... This is according to TMZ Sport.
Oh, boy.
Pretty big deal. I'm not going to lie. This is actually a pretty crazy story. Gilbert Arenas, former NBA star, arrested in Southern California on Wednesday. Authorities say he ran an illegal gambling business. Federal prosecutors claim the ex-Washington Wizard Gar, along with 5 others, rented out his Encino mansion to hold high-stakes card games from September 2021 to July 2022. The feds allege Arenas hired a 51-year-old to help him stage and place the games to collect. They say Arenas' partners in the biz hired women to serve the gamblers at the residence and added a staff of chefs, valets, security guards to make the games more enticing. The alleged business owners, prosecutors wrote in court documents, profited off it all by taking a rake from each pot. Arenas and the 5 other defendants were hit with 2 charges, 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. If convicted on both charges, prosecutors say they're facing up to 5 years in prison for each count. Arenas was additionally charged with 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. One of the guys is Israeli, by the way. I was looking, some Israeli businessman. But Gilbert Arenas could be going to jail for 5 to 15?
Something like that.
For gambling. A couple things for this. 1, that party sounds dope, man. Are you kidding me? You're 2021. It's COVID. Had just locked down everything. We're a year out of COVID. People are starting to get their legs out from under them. And you get an invite from Gilbert Arenas to take place in a high-stakes poker match where there's catering and women?
You got to take it.
Sign me up.
And Kyle Korver.
Oh, Kyle, what are you serving at your illegal high-stakes gambling?
Oh, that's a good question. What did we have last time? I mean...
Rich is swanky as shit.
Live calamar.
Little calamar?
Calamar.
A little mouse?
Exclusively calamar.
I would have, you know what it is? Here's what I would have. Okay, you ready for this? First of all, a plate out there, because if it's a high roller, I know what's happening. You got a plate out there of some, not Mentos. What is it? What's the for dairy? You take a pill and it helps you with dairy.
Oh, like Lactaid.
A little Lactaid. First of all, it's got to have a Lactaid bowl. Yeah. Lactaid bowl. The Lactaid bowl is right next to the condom bowl. If I'm running it, Lactaid bowl, condom bowl. 1, 2.
Wait, but I would actually argue that having a condom bowl, given the nature of the depopulation of the earth, what you're doing is fundamentally
wrong,
immoral. Yeah.
Never mind. Lactaid bowl on its own. Okay, we're having babies at this. Pastrami Queen's Catering. Okay, we got a pastrami platter out there, a carving station. Is it weird that if I had a eyes wide shut orgy, high stakes orgy with if I was Epstein and stuff, I would cater that thing like a bar mitzvah. I would have a buffet spread, and I would have some lasagna, it's cut. I would actually separate in meat and dairy. I would have the dairy section out with the carving station with the dude. I bet there's some chef out there in the Bahamas right now who's just seen chaos because he was working the carving station at Epstein Island. If I was Epstein, I would have had Meal Star caterers, or what's it called? Meal Mart caterers, okay? Meal Mart caterers, they catered all of the bar mitzvahs and all the weddings in New York and New Jersey, all of the lower end stuff. Yeah. Not the best one. Here's high-end kosher. Where was Epstein's Island?
Oh God.
Epstein Island.
Was it
Little St. James?
Yeah.
Virgin Islands, okay?
Islands. Yeah.
Kosher food, Virgin Islands. Here we go. Who's got is it kosher food in St. Thomas? Okay, the Chabad. I don't think the Chabad got involved. I want to say the Chabad did not get involved with Epstein.
Boy.
The Chabad was not giving it. Here it is. These are the top 10 places where Jeffrey Epstein probably got food from. This is the top 10 places where Jeffrey Epstein probably got kosher food catered to the island. We got kosher takeout. We got Omerkt in San Juan. Oh, there's only 2 places. Oh, God. That means that kosher takeout for sure. It's just called kosher takeout?
This is on Little James.
This is in Puerto Rico. Oh, there's nothing by there. Oh, that means that he had to fly in.
Yeah.
He had to fly in Pastrami Queen. Meal Mart Caterers, the official catering company of Jeffrey Epstein's Island. Okay, and with that, it is the end of the episode. You got anything you want to bring up? Any news?
Oh, news. I mean, there was the Park Avenue, right? 2 days ago.
Oh, the shooting. Jesus
yeah.
Louises.
I know.
That sucked. I 2 Jews from the community. One of them was like fairly involved in I think I saw JCC or Federation or something like that. Yeah. The other one was just young. I think graduated 2020. Absolutely devastating. I thank God, and I will say this: anti-Semitism was not a part of this. It seems like that guy had claimed he had CTE and was trying to target the NFL offices. I will say some of the stuff I didn't like afterwards. Uncomfortability regarding the conversation around the BlackRock workers, and a lot of people being like, shouldn't have done XYZ thing or you wouldn't get shot. Mama too, you pieces of shit. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I think that no one's thinking. Everyone's just saying.
I mean, it feels a bit like runoff from the
Luigi.
United Healthcare.
Yeah,
right.
Completely. It's completely because Luigi was a thing, and everyone thinks that they're like, not everyone thinks they're Luigi. But yeah, no, awful story out there. I'm sure that I have some listeners or followers that have some connection out there. So definitely think of you guys in this. I think the funerals were today. I was watching a little snippet of it. Very relatable moment where the cousin was talking about the cousin group chat and how the cousins would all hang. And I'm like, man, that is like very, very. That's like something is real when the story feels very unfake, and you can tell that just the specificity of the cousin group chat. Like we all have a group chat out there, family related group chat, and definitely awful stuff. And with that is the end of the New York Times.
Oh my God!
Way to fucking bring it down at the end there, Rich. Trying to take it. Rich, you got any shows coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Nothing. God, no.
God, no. I am going to be in Seattle next week, New Jersey the week after that. I'm also about to drop a ton of tour dates. DC, Philly, Boston, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Toronto, and Nashville, all going to be doing stops in before the end of the year. And I think somewhere else, but I'm Miami, Fort Lauderdale also. Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Those are 2 other ones. So a little bit of a busy schedule out there for all you Laviniacs across America. Why are you nodding disapprovingly when I said Laviniacs?
Bad. Well, I mean, also, we didn't mention Terry Hogan.
Terry Hogan? Oh, my God. You're about the daughter. Issue with the daughter.
What happened?
You're getting little snippets at the end of the news here.
This is a better thing.
Brooke Hogan. So Hulk Hogan died. They're dealing with this state right now. Hulk Hogan has removed herself from Brooke Hogan removed herself from the estate because a lot of negative. Very Florida, by the way. The Hulk Hogan Brooke Hogan story. Very, very Florida. She took herself out of the will. She said that there was a ton of just weird guys or just weird people that were involved trying to stick their heads in there. I want to know what Bubba the Love Sponge has to say. It would suck if Bubba the Love Sponge was the executor of your will, but it seems like that may have been the case here. Any other little news snippets? I liked it.
No.
I gotta ask you in the beginning what you're thinking of. What's happening in the non-Juniverse? I should check in with you every week about the non-Juniverse over here. And with that, no, I'm not even gonna bring it up.
What?
No,
you have to say it now.
I'll say it a little bit.
Okay.
Jake Retzlaff over to Tulane.
Right.
Moved from Provo to Tulane. I'm not going to listen. I know the kid personally. Obviously, there's weird tie-ins and everything, but he's over in Tulane. I only say this as an interesting thing because the culture between Provo, Utah, and New Orleans, Jesus Christ. What a move. I can't think of a polar opposite
that's as
thing.
Polar as that, yeah.
It's like moving from Hasidic Williamsburg to Baghdad. It's actually not. No, you know what? Similar, very similar places out there. Anyways, you know what? That's the end of the episode. We'll talk to you later. See you later. And once again, Barstool.